Hello, welcome to Sunrise Surf. And in this first video, I want to share with you guys about one of the best surfboard roof rack manufacturers out on the market right now. And that is the Japanese brand called INNO. INNO offers 3 different roof rack products for water sports, and they all share the same locking mechanism for securing surfboards. The differences between these 3 products are in the mounting methods. If you prefer to mount the surfboard racks using the T-slots, then XA445 is the right product for you. But if you prefer to use clamps to secure the surfboard racks, then you can choose between INA744 or INA446. INA744 seems to be the older model that might be phased out in the future, but as of right now, all 3 products are available for purchase at many online retailers. All 3 of these roof racks have been out on the market for several years. However, it is really hard to see the INNO products in store, which makes it difficult to commit. The easiest way to see them in person might be at beach parking lots. They are very popular among surfers up and down the California coast. Unlike other brands, INNO's design does not require the user to walk around the car to the other side to tie down the surfboards. The extended arm of the crane units lets you load your surfboards, hook in the cable loops, and tighten down the ratchet units without having to walk back and forth. This time saving can be crucial when you are in a time crunch or in challenging weather conditions. This video is not an installation video, but a product review video. And since I do not own an XA445 that utilizes T-slots for mounting, I will be focusing on the INA744 and INA446 instead. I will list out the pros and cons between these 2 products and the few adjustments that I have made to improve my user experience. Now let's talk about the pros and cons between INA744 and INA446. INA744 is slightly easier to install since the extruded aluminum bases hold everything together, so you do not need to measure and align parts repeatedly. But the cons are that it is bulky and it looks a bit silly with the extruded aluminum base stacking on top of the existing crossbars, which are the main reasons why I decided to switch to INA446. INA446 takes a little more time to install since each rack is split into 3 parts: the ratchet unit, crane unit, and the padding. You will have to measure and align several times during the install to make sure both racks are aligned correctly. The advantage, however, is its compact size, making it easier to store. Also, more low profile when installed, which helps with aerodynamics and also looks better in my opinion. Surprisingly, INA744 is the cheapest one out of the 3, despite of having the extruded aluminum parts, currently listed at around $200 on Amazon, while INA446 at $236 and XA445 at $205. However, price fluctuates constantly on Amazon, and occasionally there are used options available at an even lower price. And there's always Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, so keep an eye out and you might find a good deal. Now let's talk about the adjustments that I have made to improve my user experience. I noticed the corner pads that are used to protect surfboards are quite rigid and thin, and when I tighten down the cables just a little too much, the ribs on the underside of the corner pads would leave light dented marks on my surfboard rails. To fix this, I cut 2 strips of bicycle tire inner tubes and stitched them into 2 loops and fitted them over the corner pads to provide more padding. These corner pads are used in all 3 of INNO's surfboard roof racks. And when I first installed my INA446, for some reason the stainless steel arms on the crane units would slip out of the rubber portion when I first tried locking down my surfboards. In order to fix this, I bend the ends of the stainless steel arm further so the sharper angle keeps the arms hooked into the rubber portion when I tighten down. On INA446, the rubber sheets that were used between the clamps and the base crossbars wore out very quickly, and eventually left some scratch marks on the crossbars. I spent some time looking into alternative solutions, and again the bicycle tire inner tube saved the day. I cut strips of the inner tube and flattened them out into rectangles, trimmed them to the shape of the clamping area, and wrapped around the base crossbars before clamping everything down. And if your base crossbars have the arrow blade shape, make sure you adjust the clamps by tightening or loosening the bolts to match the arrow blade profile as closely as possible. Otherwise, the gaps between the clamps and the base crossbars will cause the INNO Surfboard roof rack to become loose. One more thing, INNO's parent company, CarMate, has a US office in Southern California. If you have any missing parts such as keys, locks, clamps, or bolts, you can get replacements from them for a small fee. I hope these insights will help you choose the right product and have a pleasant surfing experience. Which products do you use as part of your surf routine, and what do you like the most about these products? Share in the comments below.